Randi is one of the greatest people to ever live, okay? When he finally passes on, the world will lose a treasure. And it is about high damn time he has got a sandwich to immortalize him. And that's what I'm going to do here today. Right here exclusively on Dave's Cooking Show, I bring you the James Randi.
Okay, let's start off the James Randi. First thing you're going to need is a whole bird, because we're going to smoke up some chickens. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you know how to smoke some chicken already, but just in case there's some new people around, I'm going to go through this one more time, plus it's enjoyable to see. Alright, you want to take your bird out of its bag, and you want to remove the undesirable parts, like the bag of the hearts and the gizzards and the neck. And then you want to trim certain parts off the bird. You don't have to do this, this is optional, but I like removing that tail kind of at the end, and if the neck is there at the front of the bird, then I certainly remove that as well. You really only need one chicken to do this, but since I use smoked chicken in so many things, and because it is so delicious, I'm going to smoke up 2 birds. Now we're going to put a rub on this here bird, and this is a combo of the McCormick Cowboy and Applewood. Now let's get them on the smoker. Alright, I got my grill set up for indirect low and slow, and got my chickens on the other side. We're going to start smoking them. I'm going to smoke with hickory wood and pecan wood chunks. Okay, you want to have that gauge right about here, about 275, and you want to smoke this bird for about 3 hours or until it's 165. Alright, now that the chicken is smoking nicely, I want to show you guys one of my favorite things that James Randi does to prove a point to audiences.
I allowed you to assume a few things when you walked in here today. I fooled you on both of them. Yeah. I allowed you to make assumptions from your observations. I was introduced from this podium. This microphone was used, but this microphone is not functioning. And I can't see you. I don't know what you look like because I'm not wearing glasses. I am wearing frames. You assumed automatically that there were lenses in those frames. Why not? Why would anyone wear simple frames? Not very likely. Someplace in here, I have the real glasses. There we are. Oh my God. Yes. I'm seeing you for the first time. Folks, we all make assumptions. If we don't, we become catatonic. But we've got to be very careful about what assumptions we make and don't make.
For more of James Randi and the Educational Foundation, make sure you visit randi.org.
Alright, when your chickens are done, they should be looking a little something like this, and it's time to get them off the grill and bring them in the house, and we can go on to making the James Randi. Okay, now in a pan with a little bit of olive oil, you want to start sauteing up some red onions. And then you want to add some slices of yellow pepper and green bell pepper. And then just season this with a little bit of Mediterranean sea salt and pepper. And then saute until the peppers are tender. That's why you wanted to add the onions first, because they take longer to cook. Alright, let's add a touch more olive oil, and while these peppers are cooking up, I want to take a minute to talk to everybody about the James Randi Educational Foundation.
You have the money, donate to the JREF. It's one of the best organizations to debunk and shove into the light the frauds, the pseudoscientists, all the woo-woos and the cuckoos, as James Randi puts it. If you want to read about a fascinating man, read about James Randi. He's absolutely fascinating. He is a treasure to the world. So, like I said, if you have the money, the link to the JREF is in the description below. If you have the money, then please donate.
Then let's take some Black Forest ham and fry that up on the griddle. Then take some Genoa hard salami and place that on top of the Black Forest ham. Now, because this is a James Randi sandwich and he is actually of Canadian descent, I am going to use some Canadian bacon. Just place that right next to your ham and salami. Nothing like Canadian bacon frying up. Canadian bacon is somewhat close to ham, but it is different. So for this sandwich, I'm using some Canadian bacon. Then you want to take some pieces of the smoked chicken breast. Remember that chicken we smoked? Well, you want to take some pieces of that there breast and start frying them up as well. Don't worry, the chicken won't lose any moist or tenderness. It's just gonna crisp it up a little bit, make it a little more manageable for our sandwiches. Then you want to butter one side of some deli rye bread and place the buttered side down on the griddle. Now it's about time to give everything a flip. So make sure you give it a nice good flip. Try to keep everything together. Don't worry about burning your hands. The meat, at least itself, should be nice and cool. And you really want to hold on to it because it'll flip right off the griddle like mine just did. Then on one of the slices of bread, you want to add one slice of extra sharp New York cheddar cheese. I like this cheese for this sandwich because with everything going on, that extra sharp cheddar cheese cuts through everything and it provides a nice little balance for this sandwich. Then on the other bread, you want to add a slice of Swiss. And then just keep cooking and turning everything till the cheese starts to melt, and then we'll be ready to assemble the James Randi. Okay, let's start construction of the James Randi. You want to take that piece of marble rye you toasted up with the cheddar cheese on there and place that first. Then take that Black Forest ham and Genoa salami and place that on top of that piece of bread. Then take the delicious smoked chicken and add that as your next layer of meat. If you notice a little pink in the chicken, don't worry about it. It's just from the smoking. Then you want to take that Canadian bacon and place that on top of the smoked chicken. Okay, get those sauteed peppers and onions and don't use a fork to get them out. And don't use a spoon. Get your damn hands in there and get them out yourself. Don't worry, they'll be quite cooled if you pull them off for 5 minutes beforehand. Try to get them on the sandwich, but if they start rolling off, don't worry, they're delicious on their own, and this is kind of a messy sandwich anyway. So you want to place those peppers and onions on the top of the sandwich. Okay, and then you want to add some butter lettuce to the top of that. I like using butter lettuce because I think it provides a better flavor than iceberg lettuce, and it doesn't have the bitterness of like romaine or a more extreme example, green leaf lettuce. Then take some pickled pepperoncini peppers if you want your sandwich a little spicy, and I do, and place them on top of the lettuce. These peppers aren't the most spicy thing in the world, so it's just to add a little bit of heat to the sandwich. Now, one last step, you might be able to see this up in the corner of the screen. Put a generous old dollop of Dijon mustard on the piece of bread with the Swiss cheese and pat it down, and that's it. The James Randi. Done.
And there you have it, the James Randi. A great sandwich for a great man.